Hey there, Tamir from Fibonacci-Traders.com here, another pre-market preparation show. Thank you very much for joining. How's everybody doing today? How was your yesterday? How was your week? How is your week going overall? If you're here, don't be shy, say hi. How is everybody doing? Who's with me? Let me know. If I will open the lights, it will be much more helpful. So, who is with me in this pre-market live? If you are here, say hi. Hi, Icho. Thank you very much for joining, taking the time and joining me for this pre-market show. Hi, Do. Thank you very much for joining. Now you see me better as I open the lights. Let me know that you hear me well, see me well. Screen, sharing the screen. If you are new here, this is my main screen. This is the screen that I'm always looking at. Market is closed or market is open. We have here US 500 4 hours, which is the futures 4 hours. We have here futures 15 minutes. And as you can see on the 15 minutes chart for the futures, we had a downtrend line that held the lower highs, the lower lows, sorry, and from support to resistance. Now, if we zoom out, always zoom out to get a better point of your price action. Price is going down. 44.80 needs to hold, otherwise we are heading towards 44.66. Below it, we are heading towards 44.50 and 44.25. Overall, not much of a movement on the SPY. As you can see, SPY 65 minutes. Why I use the 65 minutes? Because 6 candles of 65 minutes gives us a perfect one daily candle. Hi Mark, thank you very much for joining. I hope you had and will have a great day. Depends on where you are in the world. Let me know, where are you guys from? Comment in the chat, where are you guys from? I'm from China, as you know. Living here for the past 12 years. Going for the 13th year. Living in China. So I work. Hi Nancy. 12 hours ahead of New York time, which means I'm starting to work now. 8:30 p.m. China time until 4 a.m. Depends on the market. If not much of a movement, I close the day early. No need to just stare at the screen for no reason. We have Israel. Hi Mark. Hi Amit. Let me know, how do you see me? How do you hear me? Everything goes well? If you are here, take 1 second. Hi Liran, hi Amir. As you all know, I'm from Israel too. This channel is English speaking channel. So this is why we speak in English. It's the universal world. If we want to succeed, we need to know English. SPY on the 65, as I started to say. Yesterday, just sideways move. 449 to the downside, together with this lower trend line, which is the broadening formation. Now looks like we are going to a gap to the downside. This 448 needs to hold, otherwise we are heading towards 446.50. Hi Mickey. Hi Liran. Thank you everyone for joining. I do appreciate you taking the time off to listen to me talking about charts, technical analysis. Let's take a look on the cues. Also, we see the cues yesterday. Sideways move since last Wednesday. 376 to the downside, 379, 380 if you want to the upside. If the 376 will fail to hold, we are heading towards all the levels to the downside. Crude oil, after yesterday's major bullish, very bullish candle on the 4 hours, now the 85 area from resistance, support. Let's see now also this area, the 86 is support. Let's see where crude is heading. For now, we have a trend line that helps us to identify that the trend is up. No need to guess. Just look at the trend, what the trend tells you. And of course, it depends on the time frame that you are trading. I will check, I will reply all the requests. Don't worry. Let's take a real quick recap on SPY and Friends. SPY yesterday closed at the 449, now gapping to the downside. 445.80 needs to hold, otherwise we're heading towards 443 and 441. QQQ, 4 consecutive candles going sideways between the 374, 380 to the upside is the resistance. Above it, we are heading towards the 385. Below 375, next will be the 372. This area over here, resistance. Look left. We don't have Fibonacci. We don't need Fibonacci. Train your eyes to look left. We have this area. Look left. Support. Resistance. Resistance. So by natural things of price action, next support below the 375, 373. But until we will have a significant move on the Qs, nothing much. Dow Jones, relative weakness. We had a downtrend, bounce towards the 618 Fibonacci retracement. 3 consecutive days. Yesterday, bulls gave up, bears came in strongly, and now pre-market below the 346.50. Next will be 3. We can take Fibonacci, swing low, swing high. This is our recent high. This is our recent low. Below it, 345, 344. Let's see where Dow Jones is heading. For now, we have again downside, IWM, downtrend, bounce, doji off a 618 Fibonacci retracement, and yesterday bears came in strong towards now 185 together with this purple trend line. Needs to hold. This purple trend line goes all the way back to May of 2023. Bounce, bounce, bounce over here. Let's see if price can hold above it. Otherwise, we are heading towards this gap at the 176. Of course, everything you see and hear on my channel is for educational purposes only. Bitcoin, still nothing much. 25,200 holding. Below it, in my opinion, 21,300. Ethereum, we have purple trend lines to help us to identify. The overall sentiment on cryptos is downtrend below 16, and Ethereum is going towards this lower purple trend line around the 15, 14. XLV, let's talk about KRE. KRE is same as the IWM. IWM is moving, KRE is moving, KRE is moving, IWM is moving. And you see the same purple trend line holding the higher lows. Now needs to hold once again, otherwise 42.83. Then to the downside, if this area will fail to hold, we have a gap over here, which will get filled, because we know more than 80% of all gaps will get filled throughout time. Then we have all the levels to the downside, all the levels to the upside. But for now, looks like KRE is going to retest this purple trend line once again. XLV, nothing much, broke below this trend line. So we can remove all the drawings. We have a triple top, high, lower high, lower high. Now this area needs to hold. Otherwise, we are going towards this gap over here. Take swing low, swing high. 618 needs to hold the 132 area. Otherwise, this gap will get filled. Oil, we have talked about. Yesterday, doji. For now, we have an inside candle, nothing much. doji, and inside candles are the most significant signals in candlestick analysis for indecision in the market. And we all know that once market cannot decide, we surely cannot decide. If you have any requests, feedback, any kind of feedback, comments, you are more than welcome to comment in the chat or in the comment section below. Natural gas still moving sideways, 277, tough resistance. Now this area, the 255, was a very important level of support. Now it needs to hold the support. Failing to hold, where natural gas will head? Below this one, no need to guess. We have trend line, we have Fibonacci. SOXX, 2 consecutive dojis of the 618 retracement. Some kind of a pullback towards the 503, maybe even towards the 495. Very healthy. Apple, 187 to the downside, 191 to the upside. We have a gap over here. Take under consideration. Remember that once this gap will get filled, we will get, with high probability, retracement. Shopify, 2 consecutive dojis. Looks like going to the downside. If Shopify will break below this area, the 63 area, which was a very important level of support over here, resistance, support, support. So basically this area is a very important area of support. Below it, we are heading towards this gap over here. Nvidia, uptrend channel until proven otherwise. 483 pre-market, 480 together with this trend line needs to hold, otherwise we are heading towards 462. If you are not long yet on Nvidia, I would wait for a break above 502 and then we are heading towards 533. Meta, sideways move, 293 to the downside, 300, which is also the 50% retracement, downtrend, bounce, 50% retracement. Very hard resistance, as you can see. Now pre-market above it, but we need a close above the 300 or 301. AMD bounced off this trend line, but Fibonacci traders, I'm waiting for a break above this red trend line, closing 2 or 3 days above this red trend line, and then we will take long on AMD. No need to FOMO, no need to rush anything. We have time. Tesla, if you ask for Tesla, here we are. We have purple trend line holding the higher lows since April, and we have this short-term uptrend channel. Let's see where Tesla is heading. As long as Tesla is inside this channel, Tesla is heading towards the 290 gap. Microsoft finally breaking above the 332 area, which was a very tough resistance. Now let's see, 326 needs to hold. 335, 336 to the upside is the next resistance. Amazon, this trend line is holding very nice the higher lows since March. Each and every time price reached and bounced. If you're looking to go long on Amazon, I would wait for a close above 140, but as long as Amazon is holding above this trend line, we are good to go long. A weekly close above, below this trend line, we are heading towards the gap at the 130. Google, basically moving sideways, 134 to the downside, 136, maybe together with this purple trend line holding as resistance. Netflix, nice bullish day yesterday. Now 143, 130, 439, sorry, 439 needs to hold the support. It was a very tough resistance, as you can see. Yesterday broke up and above towards Fibonacci, 618, 450, continuation above it, and this gap will get filled. Let's go back. futures. For now, going to the downside. Did I miss anyone? Hi Amit, hi Mark, Liron, Aslan, thank you very much. David, thank you very much for joining. Let's take some requests. Amazon, we just did, Nancy. I hope it answered your question. Amit, Tesla, we did. Mark, IONQ. Icho, let's take, what do you prefer? Snap or DNA? I prefer Snap. Snap, downtrend, bounce, long continuation above the 1050. If you are long already, you need to manage your risk according to the Fibonacci to the downside. And as we talked yesterday, you can also use ATR. What else? What else? What is DNA? Ginkgo Bioworks. Usually I don't trade this kind of stocks. How about the volume? Nice volume, but for me, below $10, I don't do it. Just my rules. This is my rules. Doesn't mean if it's good or not. There is no right or wrong in trading. It just what works for you. Now, if you're a pattern seeker, you can see that we have here left shoulder, head, right shoulder, inverted head and shoulders. But patterns are not reliable. If you want to go long, I would wait above 256, and then you have all the levels to the upside, all the levels to the downside. What else? IO and Q. We're going up yesterday. Nice bullish yesterday, nice bullish day. Now this area, the 18, needs to hold a support, and then 2017, 2020 is the next resistance. Use ATR, use Fibonacci levels to manage your risk. What else? DVN, Devon Energy. We have a clear resistance over here. Once you train your eyes to look left, why price is where it is now? Because it was there before. Resistance. Some will see cup and handle. I would wait for a break above, day or two breaking above, closing above the 54, 55. Until then, don't forget, gaps are meant to get filled. I hope it answered your question. Arc W for Nancy. As long as Tesla is going up, the arcs will go up as well. We had an uptrend, retracement, 618, bounce. Now, let's see continuation above the 60 area, which is also the 50% retracement from this downtrend. If you're already long on Arc W, use the levels. As your risk management, use also ATR. If you don't know how to use ATR, I have a special video in the Fibonacci Academy playlist. Check it out. It's free. Go over all the videos over there, 25 or 26 videos, each video no longer than 10-15 minutes, on how to become a better trader, technical side, and the psychology behind trading. Don't neglect the psychology behind trading. In my opinion, from my experience, traders will not become profitable traders, consistent profitable traders, if they don't work on the psychology behind trading. If you're not long yet on Arc W, I would wait for a close above 60. What else do we have? SWN. Sorry, Mickey, for almost forgot you. Thank you very much for the reminder. Southern Energy. Uptrend. No need nothing. Just an uptrend. We have this trend line. We have a clear resistance area over here. If you are long, I would put my stop a little bit below this purple trend line. Use ATR. You can use Fibonacci. We can take Fibonacci over here. Below the 650, 645, maybe below the 635. Put your stop. If you're not long yet, wait for a day or two. Close above 674. And once again, everything is for educational purposes only. Always do your due diligence. It's your money. Take care of your money. No one else will take care for you. UPST, sideways move since beginning of August. 2960 resistance. 3450 sorry, this is the support. This is the resistance, 3450. If you want to go long, wait for a day or two, closing above this, and then you have all the levels to the upside. Above 38, in my opinion, this gap will get filled. What else? A-desk. Autodesk. Let's clean the chart. Look left. All this area, tough resistance. Okay. We have also this area, tough resistance. We have a gap over here. And we have Fibonacci. Look at it. Long, only above the 224, using levels and ATR as your risk management. If you want to take your trading journey to the highest level and really understand in-depth candlestick analysis on any time frame, once you understand technical analysis, you can trade on any time frame that you want, any security that you want. Whether it's stocks, whether it's crypto, forex, ETFs, futures, whatever you want. It's all about understanding in-depth candlestick analysis and the relationship between price action, aka candlestick analysis, Fibonacci, and trend lines. That's it. All other indicators are pure lagging. You don't need to trust me. Check it out by yourself. What else do we have? Roku. Now, pre-market, almost 11% to the upside. If you follow me on Twitter, and if you are a member in our Fibonacci Traders Discord, we went long on Roku yesterday. Perfect example because we have waited for a break above 83.44. Now, as I said, and as I always say, everything follows price. All indicators, volume, and also news follows price. News came out just after a break above a very tough resistance. Now, 93.20 is the resistance. If you are not long yet, don't chase. If you will start chasing, you will blow up your account. Have a big gap to the downside, let it cool off, and then look for a reversal to the upside. Roblox, RBLX, gap over here. Now, let's see where Roblox is at. 50% retracement, downtrend from the gap to the downside, 50% retracement. If you are long on Roblox, depends where you are, but use the levels to the downside as your risk management. And in my opinion, above 30, above this area, Roblox is going towards this gap over here. Shopify, we just did. Daddy, we just did Shopify because every live pre-market, I go over very quick on all these names that you see here, and we went over Shopify. So once this live is finished, you are more than welcome to check on Shopify. It is in the beginning, in the first 5 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. So check it out. No problem. Didi, how do you decide which candle is the right candle to draw? Oh, it's a very important question. It's a very interesting question. It took me around. No problem, Daddy. No problem. No need to be sorry. Everything is cool. This is why we are here. Back to your question. It all depends on experience and the time frame that you are looking. Basically, it's from recent high to recent low. Now think about it. Why from recent high, recent low? Because we know this is guaranteed. All computers, all the algos that runs the market are based on Fibonacci. Everything. Because it's a calculator. It's not an indicator. It's just a calculator. So it calculates for you the levels of support and resistance according to the time frame that you are trading. So if you want to be the most accurate, take it from recent high, recent low. If you really want to really understand how Fibonacci works, first I have 3 videos in the playlist, Fibonacci Academy playlist, and this is a major part of my mentorship, one-on-one live, by the way, available in English and in Hebrew, and the online program, which is pre-recorded, same program, but pre-recorded. So check it out. Let me know if you want to join. What else? Hi, Tamir, thank you again. You are more than welcome. Can you look up to lift? I'm watching for the gap to get filled up and get to the downside. Lift. Well, there is a long way to this gap. For now, this trend line is holding from resistance to support. As you can see, we drew these lines a few days back. High, lower high, lower high. Resistance, resistance, resistance. And now in the past 2 days, support. So as long as this trend line is holding, now this 1176 together with this trend line needs to hold and look for the way up. A weekly close below this trend line, and most probably this gap will get filled. But it doesn't mean that if this gap will get filled, you will get the bounce back up. Nothing is 100% guaranteed. Take this under consideration. Hood. Long time since I looked at Hood, I think. Let's clean the chart. No need all this mumbo jumbo, because we have a clear trend line. Clear trend line holding the higher lows, as you can see, and as long as Hood is above this trend line, we are good to go for long. If you're not long yet, take Fibonacci. I would wait for a close above 1132, and then this gap most probably will get filled very fast. Airbnb, 2 gaps to the upside. Yesterday Doji, 1 gap to the downside. Indecision in the market for Airbnb. So we cannot decide. If you are long on Airbnb, use ATR and Fibonacci levels to manage your risk. If you are not long yet, I would wait for something. Okay, maybe a touch, maybe a close this gap and then look for a bounce back, or another day closing above the 140, 170, but not a doji, because a doji is an indecision. A real candle, green candle above 142, and then you're good to go. What else? BA, trend line to the downside, trend line to the upside. Nothing much. Let's clean the chart a little bit. We have also this trend line. If you're looking to go long on BA, only above this purple trend line. You can take also Fibonacci, swing low, swing high, above this trend line, whether it will be above the 27 or above the 227 or above the 230. If you are long already on BA, I would put my stop below this lower purple trend line. More than welcome, Soccer Daddy. What else? You will be the last for this live. Don't forget, 12 p.m. Eastern time, we are going midday market review live. Once again, Q&A if you want. So hit the like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss it. You, trend line, bouncing. Now, let's see. Continuation above 38.32 using 36.40, or this trend line is your risk management. RK for a run for the last minute. RK. We did arc W. All the arcs are basically the same. You take one, you see one, you see all. Holding above the 43.26, 24. If you are long already, use Fibonacci and ATR for risk management. If you are not long yet, I would wait for another day or two above the 44.54. So I hope you found this live helpful, educational. Thank you very much for joining. Don't forget, live once again, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, midday market review. Until then, trade safe.